To inspire, to uplift, different people share their gifts. A safe space and open door on a journey to explore human beings.
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Happy Monday, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Dwayne Wiggins Jr. I am your host, along with my beautiful, talented co-host, Anna Henderson. Listen, y'all do not understand what it takes.
You did it. You
Right?
did it.
Sometimes, if you only knew what happens behind the scenes sometimes to get this show together, I tell you the truth. Even down to the last 10 seconds of the
Yes.
even down to the last 10 seconds of the show.
Woo.
Man.
Listen, he's the man with the plan, okay? If it wasn't for him.
Right. Happy
Comes
Monday,
through.
everybody. And thank you for joining A Human Being. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. I'm so happy to be here with Anna. As always, I think Monday nights just brings us both so much joy. We often talk about, when we hear the music and when we get ready for the show and we're talking to everybody. Yeah, it's such a vibe. And we thank you all so much for joining us and, really being a part and really helping us build community. Listen, I always say we don't know what we're doing. We just love to talk and just really encourage people.
This is us. This is us. This is us being us sharing experiences, life lessons. This is just us. And I love the vibe. Monday definitely became my favorite night. I hope it's your favorite night too, but it's definitely my favorite night.
I know. And I was thinking too, listen, 18 days until I'm back in Philadelphia. I'm really excited about that. But who's counting?
I'm counting. I'm counting. Literally, I have a countdown on my phone.
Right. I'm thinking about the adjustment as well because I've been so used to doing the show at 5:00 and you're doing the show at 8:00. It's still very much light here. It's very much dark where you are. So I think that's going to be an adjustment that our June 1st show that I'll be back in Philadelphia at 8:00.
It's fine. I can come over. We might do a special show, guys. I might be at his house. It might go down. I don't know.
Listen, who knows? We do have a huge announcement that's coming up. It's not tonight. But we do have something that's going to be really exciting that everyone will be able to participate in when we get closer to our season finale for season 3, which is like coming really fast. These Mondays come super duper fast, right?
Yes.
Right?
It makes me think about school too, because I think we're less than a month away almost from being out of school. So thank you, Jesus.
I know. Listen, it is almost summertime. We have some great summer shows to get you ready for the summer. But this month is in the month of May. We are focusing on mental health awareness because the month of May is Mental Health Awareness Month. I mean, mental health matters every single day. Your good mental health. There's been such a stigma on mental health that is such a quote unquote bad thing, but it's a great thing to be able to have these conversations and focus on mental health awareness. And tonight, we are talking about the strong friend struggle. Who holds you up? This is a show that I can very much relate to, and I know many of you where the responsibility of being the strong friend and what it means to be strong and all of those things. But before we get into the show, Anna, I want to check in with you and see how your week has been, your weekend, and all of those amazing things.
Because you thought you was slick. I was going to get you real quick. Don't you think we're about to go into the topic without us catching up? But,
no. I'm drinking tea. I'm not drinking coffee. I don't drink coffee. I drink tea. And maybe this is a bad idea too, but who knows?
Listen, I understand. I am refreshing myself with the beverage as well. So there's that. It's fine. We two great minds think alike. You know. Yes. But yes, my recap. I had a couple different things going on. So let's see here. One thing being my baby was sick. My biggie. He wasn't feeling too good this week. So y'all just say a prayer for my baby. Y'all know if the baby's down, everybody else in the house is down because he's going to be whining and pick me up and crying. And I want this, but I don't want that because I actually want this. But I'm going to cry for that,
Listen,
all those great things.
He makes my day every time I FaceTime you. Right. He makes my day. Oh my gosh. She's like, hey DW. Hey, every time I call. Like, he doesn't even have to see my face. He just hears my voice. He makes my day.
This is true.
Right.
My conversation, my phone call, guys, is no longer mine. It is now Biggie's and then Papa's and then the girls to follow. And just take my phone. Just take my phone, guys. Just go ahead, catch up. It's fine. I'll be here when you're done. But he's not telling no lie. Biggie will come from anywhere. DW. We love him. We love us some DW. So he ain't lying. But what else? Let's see. I hosted a screening. For the web series I was a part of called A Song for Nia. Last Thursday, it was at the Culture House Center, I think in Germantown. It was a really beautiful space. I have never been, I'm not normally in Germantown, but it was really nice to just be out and about in that type of artsy setting. It was a really good turnout, and we showed a couple episodes from the web series, and we talked to a lot of the crew that was there. Rain Oliver was our wardrobe, and Jesus Christ, I'm saying her name wrong.
It's okay.
But Hanaya, oh gosh, she did the artwork for a lot of the different scenes that we had throughout the web series. So that was really dope to interview them and just find out, where their inspiration came from, where the vision came from. And we had some food, and it's always just a good time whenever I'm with the cast. So that was lit. I do Saturday school on Saturdays, so I was with some of my children at Penwood on Saturday, and I had auditions. I wasn't singing, but I can't sing. Y'all know. But we had auditions for the play, The Teacher's Lounge, on Saturday. Big shout out to everybody that came out, helped, participated. It was a beautiful turnout. It was so good to see our core members, and I'm just super excited. I'm super, super, super duper excited. Can't say too much, so I'm gonna leave it there. And then I had the opportunity to go to a graduation brunch for one of my coworkers, and it was really nice. As many of you guys know, I don't get out that much. I'm a mom. I be momming. So to be out, like, I think we were down like Manioc, Main Street, that area is really, really nice. And it was a beautiful day. It was just nice outside. I had a good weekend. And then, of course, Mother's Day passed, and all my babies wrote me like a personal card. I have one of them here from Papa. Oh my God. You just gotta love the homemade cards, and I do. And he actually also made me a plant. Like, they were really busy at school. I have like a little plant that I have to water and like keep in the sun because he grew it. Like, they started it almost like a month ago. So I thought that was really nice and thoughtful. Shout out to the teachers. Like, the teachers, they really be coming through. They really do. And but my Mother's Day was really good. I got some snacks and some roses and some seafood. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. And it was a bunch of, come here, do that. Hey, can you pass me this? Oh my God, pick this up. Oh, change the channel. It was amazing.
I love that. I love it. I'm so glad that you had a wonderful week and a great Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to you again.
Thank you.
You deserve, you're an excellent mom, and you deserve all of the amazing things that happened to you on this weekend and more.
Oh my goodness. Stop. Thank you. Thank you so much, DW. Now I want to hear what you had going on. Come talk to me. Lay it on me.
I had a lot going on. I did. Listen.
Where do you start? Where do I
start? Last week was a blur. Like, I'm looking at my calendar just to see what happened. It was a lot of birthdays last week in the month of May. So it was so many birthdays. It was shout out to my cousin / sister Keita for her birthday was the 5th, and my girlfriend Brooke, who lives here, one of my dearest friends here in San Diego. We became like instant friends. I went to her party, and I'll tell you about that. Her birthday was on the 6th. My Lois' birthday was on the 6th. Shout out to Lori. Her birthday was on the 7th. My other grandma's birthday was on the 7th. There was so many birthdays. My niece's birthday was on the 10th. I mean, so many May birthdays. I'm like,
How do you keep up? Jesus.
Listen, a calendar on the wall, a wall calendar. So shout out to them. This weekend, I had the most amazing weekend. Like, I went to a birthday party from my girl Brooke.
Okay.
I went to my girlfriend's party and I had so much fun. So shout out to Brooke. It was a carnival party and the carnival theme. And it was so cool because when we got there, it was like everybody was assigned to teams. Well, we picked our teams, but everybody was assigned to certain games. It was so cool. I can't even explain it. It was so much fun. And we had to go around to different stations and we played against other teams, and they had like a scoreboard on the wall. Someone was taking score, and it was just like the vibe was so great. Everybody was just so amazingly nice and kind, and it was so fun. It was just what I needed because like I've been on the go. So it was just what I needed. And then Saturday night, my sister and I went to see. She surprised me with tickets to go see the MJ musical, which was great. It was so fun. So it was good. My
Tell
sister
me about it.
What we're going to do is we are going to laugh and we are going to have a good time. And we just laughed like in the first 5 minutes of the show. Something happened and we laughed so hard. Like she had to run out because we was just laughing.
Y'all was in there cutting up. Cutting up.
It was funny. We had a great time. We had a great time. And so I did that. And then on Sunday, shout out to you all for doing the auditions on Saturday. I was so happy. It felt so good to be all the way here in San Diego and have my team. Shout out to them. I posted all up to have them running the audition. I didn't have to worry about a thing. I told y'all I wasn't going to be available. Nobody really reached out and said like, hey, what we do here, y'all handled it and did such a phenomenal job. So thank you to the entire team for doing that because we are getting ready for our 20th anniversary stage play. I can't believe it's been 20 years.
20 years is crazy.
It will be 20 years for D. Wiggins Productions, and 18 of those years were spent in Philadelphia. So I'm just so excited, and I am so excited about this show because I feel like this is going to be one of, if not the best show ever. Last night I sat and did the casting with Nicole. Shout out to Nicole, who's a part of our Core 7. I did the casting, and I think I did that for like 5 or 6 hours because I was going back and forth. And I can say that the entire cast is casted. I have every actor, everybody. I haven't shown anybody yet, so don't think that because you didn't hear from me that you didn't make it. We haven't really reached out to anyone. But I was able to cast everyone last night with Nicole. Did some final stuff this morning, and so I'm excited about that.
That is great.
All day in the house yesterday, just focusing. Took some naps because I paid for it. Whatever went down on Saturday, I paid for it on Sunday.
Right. Ooh, so you had the time.
I needed some sleep time on Sunday. So I did that. I cooked and just chilled out and worked on, making sure that we can cast the production. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I had a great weekend, great last week. Spent a lot of time with my niece and nephew. So that was really, really cool. So I feel refreshed and I feel great.
Well, that is good. I'm glad that you were able to go to Brooke's party. Brooke, invite me next time.
Right.
Brooke, I want to come because he can't even tell me how the party was. That's how fun it was.
Just know it was fun. It was like 5 rounds of carnival games that you had to go and compete against other people. It was just fun. It was so fun.
We love a good vibe like that. So really big shout out to Brooke. Like that's really what's up.
So I want to get into the show. I really want to get into the show because tonight we're talking about the strong friend struggle. Who holds you up? That's the question tonight. Tonight we're talking about the people who carry everybody else. And the ones who answer every phone call, the one who show up no matter what they're doing or going through, the one who encourages everybody else while secretly trying to hold themselves together. And we're focusing on the theme of really who holds you up. You see, people will celebrate your strength, but they rarely ask what it costs you to be strong at all times. They see the style, they see the leadership, they see the jokes, they see the wisdom, they see the reliability, but they don't always see the exhaustion, the loneliness, the pressure, or the silent battles happening underneath it all. For many of us, being the strong one didn't start in adulthood. It started in childhood. Some of us grew up too fast. Some of us became emotional caretakers in our homes. Some of us learned that vulnerability was a weakness, so we mastered survival instead of healing. And the truth is, strong people break too. Strong people get tired. Strong people need support as well. So tonight we are creating a space for honesty, space for healing, a space for people who are always pouring into others, but rarely have anyone pouring back into them. So I want you to think about this question throughout the entire show. When everybody leans on you, who do you lean on? Let's talk about it tonight.
Let's get into it.
Honestly, this topic, I can really relate to it a lot on many different levels. I think about my childhood and growing up and being the oldest of 5 in every capacity of my life. I've always been a leader. I've always been the person to lead the charge, regardless of what it is. I think about when I was 16 in church. I was 16 leading the youth department. I was a youth myself.
Look at you. Okay.
So I go back to all of the things that when I think about playing with my sisters when we were little, like when we would play school, I was the teacher. When we would play church, I was the pastor. It was all of these different things that I've always seen myself in leadership positions. Yeah. And I think that one of the things is that whenever you're in a position where you have to lead people, it's very rarely do you get people that know how to check in on you. And a lot of times when we're pouring into individuals, we pour into them the way that we know how to pour into them. And we really don't take the time to ask them, how do you want to be poured into? What do you need? And what I'm so grateful for, and there's been a few others, but what I'm so grateful for is you. I think over these last 10 months that I've been here in San Diego, that regardless of what I was facing, going through, dealing with, feeling homesick, or whatever the case may have been, that you have always been very consistent in like your check-in and pouring back into me and encouraging me and following through with whatever I may have needed, or even when I didn't speak about whatever, you still could see through that. And I think a lot of times when you're trying to be the strong individual, that you kind of lose sight of what you need and you continue to focus on what everybody else needs. And when I think about the work that I've done with having people check in on themselves or mental health, it all stemmed from when, and I shared this last week, when my sister passed away. That it's like people would call and ask for what they wanted or what they needed. And then it was like, regardless of what I was feeling, I would put that aside and make sure that everybody else's needs were met. And one of the things that I focus on too is just thinking about moving here and what happened with our friend group, how it kind of just fizzled out just a little bit. Honestly, it was like the way things had. So it becomes frustrating when you're trying to lead and you're natural, like it's natural to be a leader. It's like your natural gift, right? But at the same time, it does not negate the fact that it gets tiresome, or it doesn't negate the fact that it becomes a challenge when you're trying to rally people together to do whatever. So that's what we're talking about tonight. I don't know what happened to my co-host. I hope, Anna, are you still there? All right, let's continue with the show. We're going to continue with the show. So tonight we're just going on and talking about our strong friends. Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
So sorry. I'm back. Don't worry. I'm sorry about that.
Girl, you about to make me sweat over here. I'm like, what we
No,
doing?
no, I'm back. Tell these people stop calling me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Dude, they should be tuned into the show. They should be calling interrupting you.
Exactly. I think you know what? We're gonna crop
Right?
this part and put this as the commercial. Yeah, because
I
we
know,
supposed to be
right?
watching it. No.
So Anna, I wanna talk to you about what we're talking about tonight and
Mhm.
the theme of the strong friend struggle. Who holds you up? How do you relate to this topic, and what do you want to add to this conversation tonight before we dive in just a little bit deeper?
Yeah. So, for me, the I don't know why, but the thing that's coming to mind is my mom saying to me, I just growing up, I always felt like I had a lot of friends, a lot of friends, a lot of friends. Like I've
Mm-hmm.
moved around in Philadelphia a lot. West Oak Lane, Southwest, West Philly, North Philly. And I'm a people person. Like I've always met people at school, after school programs, Freedom Theater, like whatever. So different friend groups, right? Different friend groups. And my mom will always say, you just think everybody is your friend. Everybody's not gonna be your friend. Everybody's not gonna be there. Everybody's not gonna be there. And I didn't understand what she was saying back then, but definitely in my adult years, like being a mom, I have found my people. I have found my people, and I definitely have a group that I consider my main friends, my girls. I call them my MILFs. We're the MILFs, and
Okay.
we are
If you don't know
our
what milk is, Google it. We're not going to discuss it on the show.
yeah, because it don't mean what you think it mean. But that was just, I love them and I just appreciate the bond and how our relationship has grown amongst each other because
Yeah,
I do feel like one person met one person and introduced somebody to this person and that can be tricky too with friends
yeah,
sharing friends, but in this group, in this friendship, they are my people. They are my support system. They are the ones that I lean on or who can pour into me, who has poured into me. And even if it's like we haven't talked for 2 months just because life has been
yeah,
lifing, it's like we pick up exactly where we left off. Like there's no question, there's no doubt. And I'm grateful for that. I'm beyond grateful for that. I don't have a mom. I
yeah,
don't have a dad. I feel like in a lot of situations, everybody may not always be comfortable speaking on personal things or sharing personal things to a certain extent, but you can call mom or dad, right? So me leaning on that friend group is very important to me because they're like my peers, you know what I mean? And then I have people like Tiana. She was my old general manager. Shout out to T. With a previous company that I will not mention. And, and it's crazy to me because I feel like I gravitate towards people that are older than me. Like I'm very mature. I love to learn. I love to be intrigued by conversations and just, be in the room. So I am like I really have a good relationship with a lot of my previous leaders.
hmm,
And they have become pillars in my life that I can lean on. And I mean, in place of my mom, in place of my dad. So I appreciate you and them for just being able to talk to me about certain things that I've never experienced or don't know who to call. You know what I
yeah,
mean? I think that it's needed. Being the strong friend sometimes, you know, a, a friend can call you to vent, but when it's your turn to then spill out and say what's on your mind, sometimes like it's like it goes unheard.
yeah,
Those scenarios definitely exist, but when you find people that you actually can lean on, I just think it's important to continue to check on them.
yeah,
Make them feel the same, however they make you feel. That's something that I'm really big on. Like why do it to me if I wouldn't do it to you? You know what I mean? Like
hmm,
you treat others how you want to be treated. So if you want to be heard, you listen. You may
yeah,
not always have the answer. You may not have gone through that situation, but I feel like time and presence, um, it's the same for me, at least for me. Like you may not have $5 to let me hold, but you can pull up and you can just sit here with me and we can just color
yeah.
because coloring is relaxing.
It
you know?
is. It is. Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about the
I think
topic.
you said a lot. So thank you for sharing. And I think one of the things that is so great about knowing you and talking to you is
Hmm.
several things. Is one that I don't always have to be the strong friend around you, right? Like I can just be what I'm feeling. I can be silly. I can be goofy. I can be whatever
Yes,
the case may be.
absolutely.
Another thing that I love about you is that I don't have to feel like if I share something with you that you're going to go back and say anything to anyone. And
Hmm.
I'm so grateful that you don't have to use me as a storyline to diminish what may be going on with you or whatever the case may be. Because a lot of times people will do that. They may have things going on with them or whatever the case may be, but to distract or deflect what may be going on with them, they
Hmm.
use other people as a storyline to try to expose them or to try to tell their business or whatever the case may be. And so now you're using people as a storyline to deflect what may be going on with you. And that's just not fair because I feel like you said, you treat people the way that you want to be treated, especially
Right.
when you have people in your life that you know that you share stuff with, or they may know just as much as you about you than you them, or whatever the case may be. But
Right.
you don't have to use people as your storyline to deflect what may be going on with you or what may not be going on with you to
Hmm.
try to get other people to rally with you to make you look like I'm innocent or I'm this or I'm that or I'm so whatever the case may be. I don't know why, but that works my nerves so bad. I
And
do
it
not
happens. It
like
happens
it
more than
happens
you think.
all the time. All the time. I'm like, if I tell you something and you go tell your friends that I'm not friends with, and then I have to hear about it, then we have an
Mhm.
issue. I'm never telling you
Exactly.
nothing else. I'm not going to treat you no
Exactly.
different. I'm going to still be cool with you, but things just change because I would not do that to you.
Right. And that's and for me that's really the bottom line. It's the principle, you know?
Hmm.
And as you stated, I'm not going to treat you different. I just recognize what I don't like, what I don't
Yeah.
agree with, and I'm going to, remove myself for a certain extent or just not indulge,
Yeah.
not entertain because I know where I am and I want my peace and I want, my sanity and things like that. So I get it. And, that's fine. Like we all have growing to do. We all have moments in our life where, maybe we looked at it differently, but in time, hopefully
Yeah.
karma doesn't, you know what I mean? Because I feel like
Listen.
sometimes that is the lesson, right? Karma.
Right. I
But
think I think one of the things that I love to talk about, and I share these stories often. I
mm,
said the day I realized I was running on empty. And it was one of those things to where I'm like, you know what? I feel like I am tired of hiding behind pain, or I'm hiding the pain or whatever that I may be feeling behind, like my leadership, my humor, my
mhm,
productivity. Like I'm feeling guilty when needing support, like asking people for help or performing strength instead of practicing healing, or the fear of disappointing other people. So sometimes what happens with that, it becomes like this emotional support that's needed, but you don't really get it. And so I
mhm,
think a lot of times what happens is it becomes a generational thing or generational myths of like how we
mm,
become the strong person and the strong friend or the strong person in the family. Because what has happened in dynamics and generational teachings that have shaped our emotional habits is that we have been told things like be strong, stop crying, handle it
mhm,
yourself. What happens in this house stays in this house.
mm,
Emotional suppression in Black families and communities, parental presence versus emotional availability, becoming
mhm.
the responsible one too early. And a lot of times when we are facing those generational myths, it's like, how do we break these things? So I want to ask you, like, did your childhood teach you how to heal or just how to survive? I have an answer for that, but I want to ask you first.
Yeah, I definitely think it taught me how to survive.
Mm,
For me, I grew up with just my aunt who was my mom. I called her my mom, but I didn't have like siblings in the house.
mm,
So everything was on me. You know what I mean? There wasn't really anyone else to get in trouble, anyone else to clean the dishes, do the dishes. And that was lonely. It was very lonely. It was, you know, if my friends couldn't come over or if I couldn't go out just because of what my guardians believed, you know, um there was nothing for me to like do or experience, you know what I mean? So when I got the opportunity, I would go and I would never want to come back. Like I would never want to come home. Can I stay another day? But her mom said yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if there was really nothing to, I guess, heal from, or maybe that's what I'm doing now in my adult years, because I just feel like I was really shielded as a child, and not that that's a horrible thing, you know, but it just didn't give me the opportunity to really know how to move as an adult, because I went through these things. I learned these lessons as a child, or, you know what I mean? I saw my friends go through it, but I just feel like I learned how to survive. Like my mom may not have always like taught me things because she worked. My mom owned a business from open to close. That's where she was. So I had to fend for myself. I had to figure out, you know, I took public transportation to and from school for years. Getting dropped off, who? Not me. Not me. Miss
Yeah.
Henderson was on the sub and the orange line and the 6 bus. So, you know, it was definitely, in my opinion, as my childhood is surviving, just, you know, making it through. And then I graduated at a really young age. I left home at like 17. I graduated at 17 and went to work. I did not do college. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't take classes. I started working. So my work history is extensive. I've been working since I graduated, and all of my customer service experience, all of my leadership experience, just going through entry level all the way up to management. It's definitely been a ride, but I'm surviving still.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. I think too, I
Mhm.
think that honestly, that's been my life as well. I felt like I have spent a lot of time trying to survive and not
Mhm.
necessarily work on healing. That's not where I'm at now. That's what I'm
Mhm.
listen, what I don't play about is my peace and
Talk
my
about it.
healing. I
Talk
don't
about it.
play about it. Right. I will cut you off in a minute. And maybe that's not healthy, but whatever. But I don't play because I worked so hard. And I remember the moment that
Mhm.
that happened in my life. Like I remember like very I mean, it's very clear
Ooh.
when that moment happened for me where I was
Mhm.
no longer that person that was just trying to survive or dealt with like low self-esteem or was not a people pleaser or whatever the case may be. I know the exact moment when it happened and where it happened
Mhm.
at. And so from that moment, that's where a lot of healing and things that I've had to deal with and just come to terms with who I am and what I want in life. And I think that when that happened in my life, it really opened me up to become the person that I am today. It helped me to become a better friend. It helped me
Mhm.
become a better leader, a better
Mhm.
partner. It has helped me to become just a better human, period. And it's like with those processes of like not holding on to the things that I may have taken from my childhood and not holding on to things that have people done, may have done, or whatever the case may
Mhm.
be,
Mhm.
it has caused me to be very self-reflective and say, what part did I play? What could I have done differently? Sometimes
Right.
the conclusion is I did nothing wrong. And then sometimes it's like, well, maybe if you would have said this differently, or maybe if you would have done this differently, or even question when things were done to me, like why did I allow it? Or why am I so
Right.
forgiving to let those things or to avail myself to even let those things happen again? But I'm so in a place in my life that the moment it disrupts or tries to disrupt anything, because I know what I had to overcome. And
Mhm.
it goes back to like who holds you up. I think it's great to have people that support you and there,
Mhm.
but when all of those people go away and you're left by yourself, there comes a point in time where you got to hold yourself up.
Yes.
And
Yes.
when I
Yes.
think about this journey of being here in San Diego for 10 months, there's been people that have checked in and talked to me and reached out or whatever the case may be. But there's very few that have been able to see through the silence or be able to see through whatever has been going on or in whatever moments of whatever I was experiencing. And so for me, it's like I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to come here, to live here, and to experience, because it all had to happen this way. I absolutely love San Diego. And I mean, I love it here. I've been visiting here for like over 25 years. Like, I love it here. But I know that I needed to be secluded in this space, and to be able to reflect on my life and be able to reflect on the direction that I want to go in and the plans that's set before my life. And I am so thrilled to come back, because it's like, although I know who holds me up and I know who's there for me, in a sense of support and things like that, I am able, and I'm in a position to be able to hold myself up if I need to. Yeah. So most people will ask, like, how did you do that? It didn't happen overnight. I'm telling you that right now. And I'm going to give you the tools of how I got to that place. And it may work for you, it may not work for you, but let me tell you right now, this is what I do know for sure, that if you are not doing anything, it won't hurt to try this. Yep. If you're not doing anything to heal your mindset or to be able to be there for yourself and not necessarily depend. Listen, it's good to have a group of people that's there to support you. There's people that's to you, that's with you. And we talked about this on the show when we talked about your circle of friends. We talked about, who's there just out of, being familiar, who's there because you have history. But what about those who are there because they want to be there, or the ones that are there because they know that you're an asset to them and they are an asset to you.
Right. Y'all build each other up. Yeah. Like, it's just more to that. Yeah. And I think that's why.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was just saying that's why I like, I feel like that should be the mindset. Like, growing up, my mom used to she used to want me to read real estate books at like 14. Okay. Real estate. My mom wanted me to learn real estate at 14. So you guys can just imagine, like, she was so big on just early childhood education and just trying to give back to show kids what they can do, because we come from a place where it's not a lot of opportunities for Black kids or kids in the neighborhood, like, so it's crazy to me now that in this point in my life that now I'm not saying that I'm interested in going to school for kids, but just being able to be in the light of working with them and seeing how, the school system really plays out in life, and from a student ID number to, how the teachers in each class, 2 different math teachers teach, like, what I mean? Just like how they take the kids serious or the lesson serious. I just think it's important, to just recognize what you have and where you want to go. You know what I mean? Like, and to surround yourself with people that are like-minded.
Yeah. I think some of the strong points that I want to drive home with this is that when we're thinking about the strong friend struggle, right? Who really holds you up, when we think about being that strong friend, that it's good. You can look at it as a badge of honor. You can look at it as for what it is or whatever the case may be. But this is what I know to be true, that strong people often become emotional dumping grounds for everyone else while silently struggling themselves. They are usually the ones that are, everybody's pouring on them. Everybody's telling them the stuff. Everybody's like, what's going on with them, whatever the case may be. But sometimes they are silently struggling themselves. And I've been there. And I think that what tends to happen is that society praises people for holding it together, but rarely asks what it costs them emotionally. All the time. It's just like, people don't, they see it, they see you holding it together, but they don't understand emotionally the emotional breakdown that sometimes come with being the strong friend. Many strong friends learn survival early in life because they had no choice. Their strength was developed through responsibility, trauma, and emotional neglect. So it's like, they had major responsibilities, they experienced some real big trauma, or there was this emotional neglect that there was no one telling them like I love you or I'm hugging
Right.
you or this or I'm there for you. There was none of that. So it's like I always think about like, so how did these people become the strong friend? Because they are the ones that know what it is to struggle. So what they do is that they tend to pour into everybody else, and that trauma or that responsibilities or that emotional neglect, that becomes the norm. So if people aren't supporting them, if people aren't telling them that they love them, if people aren't hugging them, that just they're so used to that has become their life to where they just become to not receiving those things.
And that's crazy. It breaks my heart to know that, there are households out there like that. Like I couldn't imagine not telling my children that I love them every day. Like I work with another secretary at the school, and shout out to Miss Shelley. She always just pours into me in the beginning of the day, because my children this year have to take the bus to go to school. Shout out to them because they've been doing great. But I still FaceTime them when they're on the bus, because I want to know what's going on. I'm aware of your surroundings because I'm listening, even though you may not, you're whatever. And by the time they get to school, I always have each child get the phone, and I tell them, I love you, you're needed, you're important, learn all the things so that you can make all the money and take care of me when I get old. Every day. Every,
I
every,
love it.
every
I
single
love
day.
that.
You are important, you are needed, you are loved. And I don't know how much how that affects them. I would want to think that it's something good to hear in the morning from someone who loves you the most, your mom. But in the Mother's Day card, it made me think of that. Like, Naraya actually thanked me for saying the affirmations to her every day. Like it really, she loves that in the morning. So Miss Shelley
Nice.
says that. And I didn't think about it. I really didn't think about it, because it's just something I want. Just know this. Like, just know this. This is not me just trying to build you up. I want you to know that you are needed, you are important, and you are
Yeah.
loved. You know what I mean? So I pray for those households. I pray for those people, those individuals. Just know the same. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
saying that to you.
I think that's important to be able to share that, because the truth of the matter is how we raise our kids, or even if we think about ourselves, a lot of our childhood roles often follow us into adulthood. When we think about the things that we did as children, it's like now in our adulthood, this is who we are. We're the fixer. We're the caretaker. We're the peacemaker. We're the overachiever. We're the responsible one. So it's just important to realize that, because emotional suppression may help someone survive temporarily, but unhealed pain eventually shows up somewhere else. It just always shows up. Being the strong one, because what tends to happen is that you suppress that emotion and you suppress, like, I'm going to survive, I'm going to be there for everybody, and then when it's nighttime and you're like the late hours of the night or whatever the case may be, and you're alone and you're like, wow, I have literally given everything that I have, but I don't have anything poured back into me. And a lot of times I think what's super important is that sometimes we really got to spend time asking people how they need to be poured into. Like, we talked about love languages. I think either after we talked about it on the show. I think we talked about it on the show. I was about to say, or maybe that was in a marriage counseling that I did. I don't know.
We talked about love languages. We did.
It's like, I don't need gifts. I need words of affirmation. So it's like, if I'm telling you that I'm empty and you want to pour into me, I don't need you to buy me a gift. I'm not gonna reject your gift. If you want to buy a gift, feel free. I'm not going to reject your gift, but
all right now, thank you.
I'm not going to reject it, but that's not going to help. That's not going to help fix what I need in the moment. It's the words of affirmation. It's the touch. Sometimes a hug will make a difference for me.
Yes.
Like, I don't need all the other stuff. And then sometimes I just need to vent it out. Sometimes, and I don't need you to say anything back. I don't need you to say. You don't have to have the words. You don't have to have nothing. All I want to do is get it out. I want to say the F word a few times, and then I will be fine. I will be fine. I promise
Yes.
you. But allow me to have that moment, because the truth of the matter is a lot of people are not looking for advice. They're just looking to vent it out, because sometimes we already know what to do. We already know what to do. And just sometimes we just want to get it out and allow that space for people to get it out and to move forward. So if I'm telling you, this is what I need. If I'm telling you, I don't need a gift. Sometimes I just need a hug. Sometimes I just need to get it out. And sometimes I just need to say the F word. Let me do that. Let me do it.
Let me have it. Let me have it. Listen, I hear you. I will be here to support you and all the F-bombs.
Oh God. And you church people, don't act like y'all don't say it.
Yeah, because I know y'all do.
Right? But the truth of the matter is one of those things too that I want people who are considered to be the strong friends. I want you to think about this. Like, you deserve rest, softness, support, and safe spaces as well. Like, just because you are considered the strong friend, that doesn't mean that you don't deserve rest. You deserve softness, support, and a safe space to be able to be your authentic and vulnerable self as well. And we talk about this often on the show, that a lot of times people look at vulnerability as a weakness, but it's actually a strength. It's so strong to be able to ask for help. And a lot of people won't ask for help because they are afraid that they are going to be a bother to somebody. They're going to be a nuisance. Or some people won't ask for help because they are afraid to be rejected. So I think go ahead.
I'm sorry. I feel like sometimes I don't ask for help because I just don't be knowing who to ask. Who is the right person? Sometimes that could be it too, because I could ask, but who I'm going to ask? Who can actually come through? You know what I mean? Provide a result. But sorry, that was just my 2 cents.
No, I love that. I love that. I love that. I think that real support really means asking strong people how they are doing beyond I'm good. Like, a lot of times when strong people, they're not going to initially tell you what they're facing or what they're going through. But sometimes you got to be able to see beyond the I'm good. And sometimes the strongest thing a person can say is, I'm not okay right now.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And you got to know who you can do that with. Like, I'm not going to do that just with anybody. You got to know who you can do that with. I'm not okay right now. That's okay to say that as the strong friend, because it's a struggle sometimes to be the strong friend. Because as we asked today, who holds you up?
So did I ask you that? Who holds you up? Who holds you up?
Oh,
what they saying in the comments? What they saying in the comments? Where they at?
A lot of comments. Thank you. I'm gonna answer your question. Then we're gonna check out our people that are watching us all over. Thank you so much. But I'm so grateful for the individuals who hold me up. I'm not gonna name names. They know who they are. I'm not gonna name names. There are people in my life that are in my life because we're just familiar, and that's just what we do. There's people in my life that, if they don't hear from me, like, they will check in and they will be able to know that something may be off or whatever the case may be. And there are people in my life that I don't have to say a word. They will just call and show up. And so one name I will say is you.
Oh, made the cut. Made the cut. Made the cut. Made the cut. No, I'm playing. I love you. I love you. I will always be here until the wheels fall off. And even when the wheels fall off, we still gonna be walking together.
To talk to the kids. I love it. I love it. I love that.
I think our connection went a little in and out.
Yeah, I think we're having some technical difficulties, but we're still here. Are we back?
We back. We somewhere, honey.
Right. I feel like I'm frozen or whatever the case may be, but listen, I am here and we're doing the show.
Yes, let's get to some of the comments.
A shout out. I don't know if can you still hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, let's get to some of the comments. We see we got people watching. We're live on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram. Shout out to everybody that's watching on Instagram. Thank you so much for the love and support. Shout out to all of you who are watching us here on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn. Thank you all so much.
I see you. Okay, so everybody is saying hi to us in the comments. Let's see. Hey, y'all. Oh, hey, Grandma. Hey, Patrice. Is that Mom?
Yeah.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. We apologize for any technical difficulties that we may be facing. You know, the internet does what the internet does, what it want to do.
and it will. Listen, I'm going to take my mommy belt off in a minute and get this internet right together.
Right. So listen, I can't believe we're 9 minutes until the show ends, but I want to talk about this really quick because I want to talk about, you know, this is honestly some things that have helped me. And I want to share this because like it has really helped me to balance being a strong friend, a strong supporter, but also being a person that able to set boundaries and make sure that I'm checking in on myself, right? Because I don't want to put the pressure. Honestly, when we're talking about who's holding you up, I don't want to put the pressure of people having to, how can I say this? I don't want to put the responsibility on someone to hold me up, right? If it happens naturally, if you feel like, wow, I want to be there for Dwayne, I want to support Dwayne, or whatever the case may be, I will receive that. I do receive that. But I don't want to put a responsibility on anyone showing up to things that I'm having or supporting things that I'm having or sharing a flyer. Like I don't want to put that responsibility on anyone. If people feel led to do that, then so be it. But if they don't, I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to put that pressure or anything because I get that people they have lives. And sometimes people have to be able to check out and do what's best for them. And if we don't have conversations to find out like what's going on with them or whatever the case may be, we just run into issues. So this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the healing strategies that I use. It may not work for you, but if you ain't doing nothing, why not try this? Because it has worked 100% for me. Normalize asking for help. I am in a place in my life that I am no longer going to suffer in silence when I can ask for help. And I'm not just talking financially. Because I even had to give myself kudos to asking the team to host auditions. Because normally I'm like, I need to be there. I need to see the people. I need to meet the people. But you all did a phenomenal job. I'm just like, wow. Like I was out turning up. And y'all were back hosting the auditions. I'm so grateful that you all was able to do that. So normalize asking for help. It's not always financially. And if a person can't show up financially, maybe they can show up another way. Just because someone can't support you financially doesn't mean they don't have other ways that they can show up. They can just be the ear that you need to support you through whatever you may be going through or whatever the case may be. Another thing was build emotional safe friendships. That's important. Realizing you can have tons of friends, but realizing the friends that you have that you can be emotionally safe with. Stop over functioning for everyone else. Stop overdoing it for everyone else. Do what you can do, but also do what you need to do for yourself. And learn boundaries without guilt. If a no is a no, it's a no. And you don't feel bad about it. Those are setting boundaries. Those are being able to know the capacity that you're able to hold and what you're able to do. And if you can't do certain things, it's okay to say you can't do it. Rest without explaining yourself. I used to feel bad. Now, this is the God honest truth. I used to feel bad for taking a nap.
What?
I did. I felt like I needed to be on, like, I'm a businessman. I'm trying to run my own stuff and do this. And I felt like if somebody called me and was like, what you doing? I'm just like, oh, I'm just doing this. But I'm like trying to take a nap.
Okay.
Not no more. Not no more. Not no more.
He said that's long going out the window. Okay.
I will go to sleep in a minute.
I love that for you because so will I.
I will
What?
get my rest for sure. Separate strength from silence.
Okay.
You can be strong and you can tell people how you feel, but separate that from silence. Don't be silent about it. And allow yourself to receive support. If somebody wants to help you, let them help you. Even if you're not asking, and sometimes people can see a need, sometimes people can feel it within themselves that you need something extra, let them do that for you. So that's what I did for myself. And those things have really helped me to really begin the healing process to where to be the strong friend that it's like I'm able to hold that capacity because of what I do to take care of myself. And that's what's important.
I agree. Clock it.
Right? You are so funny. You are so funny. Anna, we are at the end of the show. If this show did not go fast, oh my goodness.
No, we not. It's only 8:06.
Yeah, no.
Oh. That went by fast. That went by so fast.
Yeah, we are here at the end of the show.
You guys, did you guys enjoy this show? Drop some hearts in the comments if y'all still with us here. Let me see.
I know we have a comment from my mom. She says, Anna, I love you so much for being there. I really don't say much because I get emotional, but I love and support. I love and appreciate you. I'm always talking about you, Anna.
And I love you, Mom, too. I love you, Mama. Oh.
But thank you all so much for joining us today and watching the show. And I think that it's important to let people know that we see you and we're here for you. So Anna, I'm going to turn it over to you. And then after you finish, I will close out. I see people, Tracy, thank you so much for watching over on Instagram. She said, friend, come home now.
Come home now. Tracy,
days.
Tracy!
18
I saw her
days.
today, honey. I told her. Right. 18 more days, Tracy.
Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, as soon as I come home, so I have an overnight flight. As soon as I come home, that Saturday when I get there, the only thing that I want are crabs. I don't want nothing else. I just want crabs.
I'm coming with a bushel, so it's fine. Y'all better be ready. Get them fingers ready to crackle, snap, crackle, pop. Okay. So I am going to leave you guys with my closing message of being the affirmation I said earlier, because I don't want y'all to forget. And maybe y'all can use this in life to yourself, with another flaming member, or your child. You are loved, you are needed, and you are important. Okay? So that's all I got.
I love that, Anna. But this is what, when I was thinking about this today and thinking about this show and all the things that we talked about today, wow, this show really went by super duper fast.
It did. From the technical difficulties that we had earlier,
child. I don't know. It was cutting up today. But what I want to say, honestly, is that, I often think about people and their well-being. And what I know to be true, and what I absolutely know for sure, is that the strongest people are often the most overlooked. But tonight, let this be your reminder that you deserve support. You deserve to rest. You deserve a space to fall apart, heal, and rebuild without carrying the world alone. So this is my call to action to you. I want you viewers, everybody that's watching, to check in on your strong friends. Those friends that are always there for everybody else, check in on them. Make sure that they're good. I want you to continue this conversation online. Even the people that always are posting or may seem happy all the time, they may not be. Some of them just genuinely may be, but everybody is kind of going through something. And if the way that this world is set up don't affect you in any capacity, then you need to check something else. And also, I want you to check out our other episodes from this month as we continue to focus on the mental health and well-being of all individuals who are watching us live, who will go back and watch us in the replay. continue to go back and watch these episodes anytime that you feel that you need to be held up. Mm-hmm. Strength is not suffering in silence. Real strength is allowing yourself to be human.
I love that.
We thank you so much for watching us tonight. Yes. I am Dwayne Wiggins Jr. along with my host, Anna Henderson, and we are so happy. We will be back here next week with another show, another episode, and we hope that you will join us same time, same place. We do appreciate you so much for watching us. Yes, but until next time, everybody, have a great night, and we will see you next Monday here
Bye, guys.
Human Being. Bye.
Yes. Mwah.
Human being.